We are live. We're live. And we are happy to be here. Good Monday morning, you guys.
Good morning.
Good Monday morning to you.
Have you decided that you're going to have a good day? Have you decided that this week is going to matter? No. In our lives, there are several types of decisions that we must make. We're going to talk about it today.
We're going to talk about it. We'll be back in a moment, and we are going to get it in. The 7 decisions. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Like. Good morning. And once again, happy Monday to you. Back in the saddle. We actually have a topic. I had some downtime this weekend and had an opportunity to revisit one of the very instrumental books for me. What are you looking for?
Clearing the space. I can put my phone on, baby.
Of my journey.
He moves stuff around without going through inquisitions.
Whatever.
All I'm trying to do is find a place for my phone to go. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, goodness gracious alive. And,
so you read one of the more impactful books for yourself.
Yes. It was a very impactful book for me in my journey to transition out of corporate and into self-employment and to come to a place where I knew that I should pursue what I knew I was called to do.
And the book was named
The Traveler's Gift
by
Andy Andrews. Yes.
The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews is one of those cult classics. The people that know about that book really like that book, and they tell it to their friends. All of that. The people that have read the book. It's one of those underground classics.
You got to talk into the computer. It is definitely an underground. It's definitely a classic. I wouldn't even call it underground, but it's definitely a classic. Now, when I read it, I was totally immersed in it. It was a phenomenal journey. It is about success principles, but it is told in a business storyteller format. And oh my goodness, Andy Andrews is a master storyteller. He is a masterful storyteller. And what I really enjoyed was that, much like the greatest salesman in the world, he took the reader on a singular journey with multiple.
Is that our Alexa?
I didn't turn her on.
Hold on. Alexa, turn off all Alexas in the house.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named All Alexas.
That's hilarious. I do hear sound coming from somewhere, but it doesn't sound like inside the house.
It is.
Oh.
Alexa off.
Okay. So the journey is told from the perspective of the person who is learning these lessons. And it's a wonderful way to impart the lessons into the reader without speaking directly to the reader. You're telling this story about another character that is going through some things in life that the reader could very easily see a lot of parallels in.
So the book is amazing, but one of the coolest things about the book, he lists what he considers the 7 decisions, the 7 types of decisions that we all must make. And we're going to take you guys on a journey, one decision a day. Now, when I was thinking about this, I could think of a lot more decisions that we have to make as adults than the 7. I was able to think of more.
But do they not fall into the classification of the 7.
They surely could.
Question.
Like you have to decide on who you're going to spend your life with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have to decide to exercise or not, eat well or not. You have to decide these things.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm looking forward to taking this journey. The first decision, he puts it under the title of
the responsible decision.
Yes, the responsible decision, and the subtitle of it is The Buck Stops Here.
Mm-hmm.
He's subscribing to that. We all must take 100% responsibility for our current situation. Now, I've been saying this in the men's meetings for years.
The more responsibility you can take,
the more control you can have. When you put the responsibility in your current conditions on anything outside of yourself, the boss don't like me, the economy, the politics, or whatever. If you put responsibility for your current state on anything outside of yourself, you're also giving up control of your life.
yes.
It's all up, and then you get tossed in like the wind.
Hey, Felicia,
Okay?
good morning.
So we tell our men, and I'm going to say this to me, myself, everything about our current lives, where we live, the current fitness we have, all of that stuff.
Everything you have or do not have.
Take responsibility for that. Stop blaming anything in your past.
Now, there are some natural predilections to blame things.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't choose this illness. I didn't choose that the factory broke down. I didn't choose.
That's right.
I didn't choose right. So we often have lots of reasons why we don't or should not or don't own the responsibility.
Go ahead and say that and then get past it and take responsibility.
Say all of it. Say it, feel it, mean it, be upset about it. And all those things could be true.
Yep.
And then take it back.
That's right. Say it. And he's very, very careful, Andy Andrews, to say the words, from this point forward, I'm not going to blame my mother anymore. I'm not going to blame my past anymore.
Let's read the responsible decision if I can.
Sure.
So,
and good morning, Sister Felicia Gardner. How you doing?
Decision number 1, the responsible decision. The buck stops here. From this moment forward, I'll accept responsibility for my past. I understand that the beginning of wisdom is to accept the responsibility for my own problems.
Hold it. The beginning of wisdom.
The beginning of wisdom is to accept responsibility for my own problems.
This is like reading in the church when he says, read.
And that by accepting responsibility for my past, I free myself to move into a bigger, brighter future of my own choosing.
Stop right there.
Hey, Ro. Hey, Dr. Deborah.
When you accept the responsibility for your fast, you do what? He says you free yourself. So read that last line again. You free yourself to
move into a bigger, brighter future of my own choosing.
Hallelujah. When you accept the responsibility of your past, you free yourself to moving into a bigger, brighter future of your choosing. Mm-hmm. This is why we're doing the 7 decisions
by Andy Andrews
in the book The Traveler's Gift. And the first decision is the responsibility decision, and that's deciding to take 100% responsibility.
The buck stops here. I'm not telling you that it didn't happen because of this. I'm not telling you that didn't happen. I'm not telling you that you had any control over those things.
There's a lot of things you didn't control, but you can still accept responsibility for your current state.
Right.
There's a whole lot of things you couldn't control, but the things that you can control and choose, even the stuff that you had nothing to do with, choosing to take control and responsibility for your current state. You know, I'm not happy, Lisa, because you're not making me happy, Lisa. That's giving up the responsibility.
Yeah,
that's not even fair to do.
It's funny. There was actually a moment where Will and Jada Pinkett Smith were having an argument, and Will finally came to the point where he said, "You know what? Go make yourself happy. Go make yourself happy."
Because can he? Really?
He can't. We can't make each other happy.
Although we try, and sometimes people give up that responsibility and says, it's up to you to make me happy, or something outside of themselves.
Yes.
Anything outside of themselves.
And that's the challenge.
Yeah.
Felicia says, yes, taking ownership of our situation helps us to finally move towards change. Knowing and acknowledging your current state is half the battle. To doing something about it is the other half. Amen.
Felicia gave us one right up front. Knowing and accepting your responsibility. Read that again. I can't put my glasses on.
Knowing and acknowledging your current state is half the battle. Doing something about it is the other half. So I'll go on to continue the reading, if I may. Never again will I blame my parents, my spouse, my boss, or employees for my present situation. Neither my education or lack of one, my genetics, or the circumstantial ebb and flow of everyday life will affect my future in a negative way. If I allow myself to blame these uncontrollable forces for my lack of success, I will be forever caught in a web of the past.
He's driving home the point. Okay. Taking responsibility, just like we said here. So what I want to do is do two things. Okay. We kind of like laid the foundation for what we want to talk about today, but it's still Monday. So first thing we want to do Monday, we always love to do Monday, is check in with you. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything interesting? Did you do anything cool? How was your weekend? I hope it was good for you. We want to see how was your weekend, Lisa?
My weekend was good. I did get some swim time in the weekend, and I got some rest time in and some work time, some creative time. I had some projects that needed some attention, and I am grateful that I had the opportunity to do all of those things.
You know, since Wednesday of last week, I thought Wednesday last week was Thursday. I thought Thursday was Friday. Okay, and then Saturday came. I thought Saturday was Sunday. You know, I was ahead, but I was wrong all weekend long. Okay, so Saturday felt like Sunday to me, but Sunday I actually had a chance to work on Sunday publicly. I had a chance at 10 a.m. I did I had a wonderful talk with a business incubator out of California. That was really, really insightful to me, and that was really, really great. And then I had an appointment at 1 o'clock. That was supposed to last 2 hours, and they canceled. But I was able to put some other cool stuff in there too and do some time. So Sunday was like a work day for me, but I did have plenty of time to relax as well. Like Lisa said, we went to the pool together on Friday, and I had plenty of cigars this week. I averaged 2 cigars a day. So that's always good for me, 2 a day. But so I had a good weekend. So, but I was so inspired looking forward to Monday today. Because I was even making posts about Monday's success begins Sunday evening, you know, because you have to prepare to have a successful Monday. And we also believe that Monday is the most important day of your work week. So how do you have why is Monday the most important day? Because Monday, I really believe, Lisa concurs, that Monday sets the pace for your week. And if you want to have a good week, you really need to have a good Monday. If you don't have a good Monday, it puts pressure on the rest of the week. It puts pressure. Now you only got 4 days to crack your nut instead of 5, you know? And speaking of pressure, now you guys tell me what you think about this. I've decided that on my new podcast, I did the first episode last week, and it's Tuesdays at 1 p.m. My new podcast this week, I'm going to talk about selling your services when the heat is on, when you're under pressure, when the bills are due, when you need a sale, when you don't have any money. I was thinking either that or the concept, and I mentioned this other concept to Lisa, either selling when the heat is on or the concept of high pressure, no pressure, or low pressure when you're offering your services. You know, that's what I mentioned to you before. So what do you think I should talk about?
The first one.
Selling when the heat is on?
No. The first one we talked about.
You think I should talk about, the idea of selling when there's using either high pressure, no pressure, or low pressure?
Yes.
You think I should talk about that?
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Good morning, Sister Melissa. Didn't they do their debut show yesterday?
Yes, Melissa, Precious, and Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think it was 2:00 yesterday Eastern, and I am going to catch the replay. I'm actually meeting with Bill later on today. Felicia says, my weekend was great. I got a chance to meet up with a good friend I haven't seen in over a year.
Wonderful.
After losing a close friend, I want to make sure to reach out to my friends I haven't spoken to in a while, giving flowers while they can smell them. Amen. Beverly uniquely taking over. Yes, let's make it a manifestation Monday.
Because Beverly also says, happy, abundant Monday. Let's get it done. Yeah. Embrace Mondays. I want that to be like part of my ministry, helping people to embrace Mondays, look forward to Mondays. The people who don't look forward to Monday, like when you look at emojis or Bitmojis and all that kind of stuff, and you put in the word Monday, all the pictures have stuff like ugh and cloudy days, and not all, but most of them have that. You know, like Monday is something that we dread. Have the audacity to be Monday, that kind of thing. Well, that's because they're doing stuff that they don't find joy in all the time.
Mm-hmm. Miss Phyllis is on the train to therapy, and happy Monday. Happy Monday to you, Miss Phyllis, and good luck in your physical therapy.
The picture she took of some beautiful jewelry on her wrist this week. Miss Phyllis George.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some diamonds. She was iced out, you know.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Good look, sis.
So we are talking about the 7 decisions, and they are taken from a book called The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews, which I really, really enjoy and recommend. I actually listened to the audiobook this weekend.
And was talking to the audiobook out loud. She had her headphones on. And she goes, oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's good. She's talking to it all out. And then because you're in the room with her, you may not realize that she has on her headphones. Like, what'd you say? But she's not talking to me. She's talking to her, the book. Maybe none of y'all can relate to that.
Really? Melissa said, I woke up feeling a little icky, so I packed up my computer and I'm driving to the lake to do some writing.
Oh, man, lucky you.
Inviting the USA and expelling the icky. Amen.
So much of the time, Sister Melissa, the relocation inspires.
Absolutely.
Just doing it. And when you have enough battery life on your laptop that you can, I used to, that you can actually take it to the woods like that or take it to the lake like that and work, that's amazing. Lucky you.
I love it. I love it. So the decision number 1 is the responsible decision, and it is subcaptioned, The Buck Stops Here.
Taking 100% responsibility for your current situation. You don't have to read the whole thing, baby.
How about if I wanted to?
How about if I don't want you to read the whole thing? Dang. So Melissa's enjoying that right there. So Lisa, in a tiff, threw her phone on the desk, y'all. Did y'all see that? So anyway, we've got 2 things to cover on Monday. How was your weekend? Preparing for the week. And we're talking about the 7 decisions in the classic book, The Traveler's Gift. And the first decision, as Lisa just said, is the decision that the buck stops here with you. And when I want to hear your thoughts on that too, what does that mean to you, taking 100% responsibility for your current situations? Yes, we do know not everything in your past was your fault. Not everything in your past you had anything to do with, particularly the bad stuff. You may have had nothing to do with the bad stuff in your past, but Andy Andrews is encouraging, and we're co-signing on it. Even still, taking 100% responsibility for your current situation. My personal belief as to why you should do that is to the degree of the control that the responsibility you can take is to the same degree of the control you can have. So if you can take 100% responsibility, you can take 100% control over your current life and your future life.
And you can create and decide what you would like it to be. You can create and decide, shout it out to me. I did continue my walking. So this is week 5. And I'm going to tell you, this morning, I don't know, did the alarm go off at 6:45?
It did.
I was already going?
No, you got it right when the alarm went off. But Lisa, you're actually inspiring me. I feel like I'm ready to start exercising because my wife is exercising. You know, I've started exercising when we first got here and got all this equipment, and then I did not. And then yesterday I felt so guilty. I felt like I was trying to gain weight when we got that ice cream and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't exercise at all, but my wife did. So but I'm inspired by your discipline. I'm inspired. So it makes me want to, go after the show, although I have work today. It's always an excuse. No excuses no more. From now on, the decision, the buck stops here. I get the same 24 hours as anyone else. There's no excuse I can't find time to exercise. Yes, you can, Brian. Stops right now.
Yeah, so I got up this morning. I got a text actually, or a little bit earlier, that one of my walking buddies, Evan, he had already gotten up and walked. So he was not going to be there this morning. And I was already dressed and was like, oh, well, so you're not going to be there. I'm going to walk. And that struck me as a growth moment.
Good.
Because normally when I see the text that one of my partners is not going to be able to walk, and especially if I don't think the others are going to be there, or because everyone is not going to be there, I would be like, well, it's just one day. I don't have to do it today. But instead, I kept on going. I went downstairs. I got on the treadmill. I actually started up 10 minutes earlier than everybody else. And I started the group. And thank you for jumping in. Miss Linda jumped in just to say, hey, good morning. She had something else to do, but she wanted to be an encouragement. And Sincere walked with me, and Amanda walked with me. So I'm excited that they got
The more I hear these names, I appreciate the names. Sincere gonna do that. She gonna walk. If she's willing to pull over into a neighborhood she don't know and then knock on a cop window and like, what up?
Yeah, so we walked, and I mean, before we knew it, we actually consciously, maybe we is a strong word, maybe it's I actually consciously break the 30 minutes up in 10-minute milestones. So we've completed the first 10 minutes, we completed the second 10 minutes, and I didn't even realize that we were in the second 10 minutes, and I had already been walking, so we were already 20 minutes in. The last 10 minutes, we walk for 7 minutes at a regular pace and for 3 minutes at a high pace. And I am grateful that I actually sprinted the last minute at a 4-mile-an-hour pace.
Felicia Gardner says, awesome. Yes, Brian, you can do it. Join Lisa some mornings. Now, I could do that. I could join Lisa some mornings. But also, I think this is kind of like Lisa's thing with her crew and her different people. Is that Sister Deirdre coming in the house?
Yes. Hey, Deirdre, good morning.
I am not camera ready. So
I was going to say, you want to come on the camera? Because she know us. Notice we didn't have to say nothing for her to say, I'm not camera ready, because she knows Lisa and I, if you in our proximity, you guys have been with us for years. We've done this show on location many a times at different restaurants.
The left.
We've done the show on location many times, coffee shops here, this, there. And if we see someone we know, we're quick to put them on camera. Come on ahead, from right here. Either one of us will get up or we'll put them between us.
Absolutely. So I'm grateful. And today we did talk about discipline. I'm grateful for the discipline that it took this morning. What I was saying is it felt like a little less discipline. Good morning, Arthur Lynette. It felt a little less effort this morning getting up to jump on the treadmill. I actually felt like, you know what? There are some things that I could probably do more of. Like, remember you guys that I talked about earlier, I didn't want to overextend myself. I didn't want to burden my new habit with making it too cumbersome too soon. Mm-hmm. But now I'm in week 5. And so I'm wondering if I can add some things that may help bring me the results that I'm looking for.
Punch that bag.
that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. Do you need a chair or something? You want to be the amen
I
corner?
caught that and I'm like, yes, you go, girl.
Good morning, Tarnez. How you doing?
Thank you for joining.
Brian, she got her old followers. She gonna be, she going viral.
Now, that's going back to Sister Felicia Gardner. She said, join Lisa some mornings. I kind of feel like I could join her some mornings, but her group that is kind of developing organically, with Evan and Sincere and
Glenda,
Vivian,
and Amanda.
Yeah. See that group, and praise God for the technology that this group can get together all across the country just for that time to fellowship and walk together.
Yeah. Dr. Deborah praise report. That's awesome. I had a great weekend. She says, shout out to Brian, the sales confidence coach. I closed my 4th new client of the month. I facilitated a private strategy workshop for their nonprofit board of directors, which consists of 7 strong Black men. Awesome. They really respected my knowledge. I felt like a queen, LOA, and we got a lot done. That is awesome. I can just
see that scene. Dr. Deborah facilitating a summit with these 7 strong Black men, and they treat her like a queen. Well, first off, she walks regally. Okay, she's the shortest thing in the room, but her presence is big. Okay, you know what I thought about? Dr. Deborah's about to graduate.
That's right.
The sales confidence course. She took the sales confidence course, and tonight is the final event. And I thought about it all weekend, baby. Normally, anything I'm thinking about, I'll tell Lisa. Okay, any thoughts, I tell Lisa because I like to bounce stuff off of her. But this is one thought I've kept to myself, and I'm about to let it loose. Is I need to come up with a name for the class valedictorian or star or the star pupil or something, separate award for the one that I think was the best in class. It's got to have a different name, the Rhino Award or something. Okay, but I know who I'm gonna pick.
Okay. Awesome. Well, they all have their awards. Now we've got
they all got their certifications.
Yeah, they've all got their certifications.
And they all got their trophies.
Yep, and their trophies. So we've got to deliver those between this week and next week.
Well, they'll get the trophies and the certifications in the mail. We'll mail it to everybody. Did we show them what the trophies are that they got?
No, you don't show them to the audience until you show them to the recipients.
Well, the recipients
will get them to. They will get to see them tonight.
And actually, it'd probably be better if the recipients will take a picture of themselves once they get it. They're not getting it tonight.
They're going to get to see them tonight.
Tonight's class. Okay?
Right. This is the final class. This is class number 5.
The big Q&A day. Yes. The big Q&A day. So I offer a course called the Sales Confidence Course, a certification course. And this first graduating class, Dr. Deborah's in it, and she's been phenomenal. I've learned so much about myself and my business through you guys. Dr. Deborah, you are an inspiration to me because applied learning.
Thank you, Felicia. Felicia says, congratulations to Dr. Deborah.
And, that's the other thing, too, about applied learning. You don't even have to do it right all the time. You don't even have to do it completely right. You can kind of do stuff right and still do better than if you didn't.
This is true.
Taking imperfect action. You don't got to be perfect at anything, but it's better to take an imperfect action than no action.
Absolutely. Take an imperfect action versus no action at all. That's another one of those decisions that'll be later on down in the list of decisions. But today's decision is the responsible decision.
The buck stops
here.
When you first said the responsible decision, I thought about responsible things that adults must do. Like adults must secure their family with some sort of insurances, right? Because that's a responsible thing to do. They must learn to save money because that's a responsible thing to do. That's where I thought you was going, but once we got into it.
Yeah, that's not what that is. Those are all parts of other decisions. But the responsible decision is about a individual decision. And incidentally, most of the decisions are about the choices that you make and applying all of the choices that you make to your life to create the life and the lifestyle that you want, instead of complaining about the things that you, one of the phrases that we use, the hands that we've been dealt, right? So we want to blame what our circumstances are on the hands that we've been dealt.
I would be more successful if I was better looking. Okay. That kind of thing. Or if I was taller or shorter, or if I didn't have this challenge. Shouts out to Brittany Thomas. Where's she at? All playing the hands you're dealt, playing the cards you're dealt what you have right now and doing the very best you can with it. That's playing the cards that you're dealt. Okay.
And allowing yourself to rise beyond those challenges, be they as they may, whatever they might be, that you get to choose how you're going to respond to it, what you're going to do to make the impact in your life that you want to see.
Unless you're a hater or petty. Okay.
What do you mean?
Like, Lisa's always smiling. Just because she's got a pretty smile, she's going to smile all the daggone time. I hate seeing her smile all the time. That's being a hater. That's being petty. She's playing the card she dealt. She got a wonderful smile. She's going to use it. Okay.
Okay. I don't know where that came from, but okay. Thank you.
I was thinking of, the people who complain about others playing the cards that they're dealt.
Oh, as if the other people got an upper hand. Oh, he's rich, he's young, he's handsome, he's athletic,
he's this, that,
he's
or whatever. And you hating on them because of the cards that they were dealt.
That's a waste of energy.
Yes.
Unless you want to emulate
it.
Right.
I'm talking about the stuff they didn't choose.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff, a lot of times there are things that they didn't choose. Oh, she's got blonde hair. Well, I did choose my blonde hair. So
Lisa's a decided blonde.
I'm a decided blonde.
That one day she decided, I'm going to go blonde.
I'm going to be blonde. That's right. So there is a
Dr.
lot.
Deborah says thank you.
You're very welcome.
She's thanking Felicia for the congratulations.
Mm-hmm. You deserve it. You deserve it. Absolutely. So it did get hot in here. It does get hot in here.
This room is the hottest room. It's over the garage. This room is the hottest room in the house. Okay, no doubt.
Well, it's the only room that we're ever this close. Not really. No, it's not. I don't know why it's the hottest room.
It just is.
Brian, playing the cards that I've been dealt meant to me that I have the only cards in the deck.
Mm.
Nobody can match them. Nobody can beat them. And only I can play them.
Amen.
I can make up my own rules.
I can make up my own rules.
And I can make all the money I need to make with these cards because nobody can play them like I can. Go ahead now.
Now, to me, that is wonderfully encouraging, Dr. Beverly, because that is you taking 100% responsibility for your current deck.
Yeah.
Your deck of cards.
Yeah.
And nobody can play your cards but you.
Yep, absolutely. Happy birthday, Leanne. Congratulations, Dr. Deborah. And she loves you both. That's
today's Leanne's birthday?
I think this past weekend or Friday was Brenda Booker Brule's birthday.
I did send her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to all of
choose
the
Brenda.
Brenda. Woo, I'm getting hot now.
I have that effect on women.
Yes, you do.
It's okay, baby.
Yes,
those goosebumps will go down in about 20 minutes.
Bless your heart. But so taking as much responsibility as you can. I think the way that you normally say it is taking as much of the blame as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Taking as much as the blame. We don't like the word blame, right? We don't like that word. That word has connotations of wrongdoing or punishment, right? But when you change that word to responsibility, then you get to decide how you respond to whatever and however these circumstances came into your life.
Those are two really, really cool words. Response ability, the ability to respond, and decision or decide. The root word of decision is decide, and decide is a Latin word meaning to cut off. That's what it means. It means to cut off any other option. Okay. When you decide, you cut off any other option. That's it. That's what it comes from. That's the root of it. I've looked it up several different times in different ways, and I may be paraphrasing, but that's essentially what the word means. Cut off. When you decide that you're going to take 100% responsibility, the option of not taking 100% responsibility is gone now. That's no more. You cross that line. Okay. That line in the sand, that Rubicon. Cross the Rubicon. Julius Caesar wanted to take over this land, and his boss Alexander said, "No, you can't." But Julius Caesar wanted to cross that land anyway. He wanted to possess it, and there was a Rubicon River there, and he knew that if he crossed that river with his troops, that meant that he's decided to go to war. Okay, once you cross the Rubicon, you've decided to go to war. So he had to weigh in his mind: am I going to cross the Rubicon with my people? And he decided to cross. He can't go cross the Rubicon and go back. Oh, no. Once you cross that Rubicon River, you've decided to go to war. And maybe you have a mental Rubicon that you got to cross.
Maybe there are some choices that you're being challenged with right now that you have been vacillating back and forth on and weighing them against some things that you feel or felt were not in your control.
Yeah. And that's exhausting. That vacillation. I was there last week. You're traveling. You know, we were very, very transparent about. My wife even highlighted for me how I'm traveling on some things. You know, it's just a dynamic season in my life. I'm trying to change my business structure. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to change it, and I understand sometimes we have to take a step back to move forward, and sometimes there's short-term pain and change. But I'm willing to go through it because I want it to look like I want it to look. I want to get to this place. So I have to go through this pain, this transformation, this butterfly squeezing through the cocoon kind of thing. So I got to go through that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's 9:34. Now, you guys, man, Lisa and I, we value you so much. And we're not going to shirk our get to opportunity to thank you for joining us on our show. And the way we thank you, you've seen it before. We thank you with a greeting song or a greeting logo. And this on a Monday morning, let's start the week off right. Let's get it in full-throated. Okay. Now, if this is your first time on the show and you wonder what the heck are they doing, just bear with us. Just bear with us. Because if you hang out with us too, if you give us, if you consistently contribute, like Dr. Deborah just did, she says, these last few months, I found myself laying responsibility for the state of my life on others. Transparency. I even laid it on God. Some things were out of my control, but I had to make the decision to take responsibility for how I choose to live my life. There is so much power and taking the responsibility as much as possible, 100% if you can.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's the necessity to actually give you what you didn't even have the imagination to hope for yet. Sometimes by taking that authority, taking that responsibility over your next decision, you open up the pathways to really be truly in control of your destiny.
So up first today, she was first in class. She was first in class contributing before anybody else got there. It was Sister Felicia Gardner.
Felicia, we love you.
You're the one for me. Good morning, Miss Felicia Gardner.
Good morning, Felicia.
And what we want, Rochelle Grace got it. What we need, you know Rose got it. All she's asking is for a little respect when you come on. I cannot hold falsetto for long. I had to break it up.
It's okay.
What is it? Okay, I never took chorus or anything like that. My voice is what? Okay, it's not falsetto. Is it alto, tenor, baritone? What is it?
It would be tenor.
My voice is tenor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't even hold that. What we want? Ugh.
That's a falsetto.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You
I used to be able to do it. The older I got, just a couple of sentences all I got in me. I'm a tenor, you said, right?
Yes.
You believe I'm a tenor?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a classic, the three tenors, Pavarotti and somebody else. The three tenors, greatest singers of all, the three tenors. I'm going to look that up again today. Up next is Dr. Deborah Dunstan.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. Let's celebrate Dr. Deborah Dunstan today. Dr. Beverly's here. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Hey, Melissa.
Melissa Price. I need some water to do Melissa Price. I'm on my second cup of coffee today, which I'm happy about. Whenever I get 2 cups of coffee, it makes my day better for some reason. But boom, 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 boom. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Melissa Price is on, and she actually did a new thing yesterday. She launched her own podcast with 2 of her friends, And I hope it went wonderfully well. I want great things to happen to you and your podcast sister, Melissa.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to it. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day.
Good morning, Miss
How
Phyllis.
about that? You're the one that if you show up, whoever's around is going to have a great day.
At this table we sit.
Making it legit. Because when Lynette hits the show, oh, shh. And we got Brother Tarnez in the hizzy. I hope you had a great weekend as well. Today we've been talking about taking 100% responsibility for your current state. You know,
buck stops
and
here.
who was the great speaker who used to talk about when he said that everything that's going on in your world right now is your fault? He says most people did not like it when Jim Rohn. People don't like that because they don't like taking responsibility for what's in their bank account right now. That's where he was going. You know, how much money's in your bank? That's your fault. People did not want to hear that from him. They wanted him to tell them something positive.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. You don't have no money in the bank. That's what he wanted, but he wouldn't. Tarnez, do it, baby. No, yeah. Yeah. Do it, baby. Wait a minute.
Do it.
Is it? Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, Tarnez, yeah.
Hey, Tarnez. Tarnez and Katura out getting their walk on. He said Katura is walking with me 2 miles in. All right.
2 miles in.
2 miles in.
I love it that they walk together as husband and wife. I just want them to take a GPS with them because they told us a cool story about they were having a good time walking together and totally end up lost.
I hear ya. Good morning, Jacqueline.
According to Jacqueline
Rosier, pretty little girl that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Awesome. Dr. Deborah says, I really enjoyed Melissa Precious and William yesterday. Their podcast was really good. And that's actually a pretty cool slot on Sundays at 2, you know, for people not watching football. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to do Katura's with Tarnez. So
let's
certainly.
do it. Okay. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it? However.
Do you need it?
Do you need it?
All right. So I think that's everybody so far.
I think that's everybody so far that has spoken. If you have a song and you haven't said hi, or if you have a song and we missed it perchance, please chime in.
If you want a song, all you got to do is
we'll
consistently contribute. Add something, say something. You can get you a song or greeting, a
Absolutely.
logo. We can do that.
Absolutely.
Everyone that we just did has contributed to this show. They've earned the greeting song and logos.
Absolutely. So how will you use your knowledge of the responsible decision today?
Ooh, good question.
How will you impact your day, your week, your month, your year with the responsible decision?
How about this? The traffic made me late. Leave earlier. Okay. The traffic didn't make you late. You made me mad. No, you chose to get angry as a response to something else. Okay. No one else can make you mad. I used to do this thing with my Salesforce. You know, if you had a job doing the same work that you're currently doing, but it paid you $300,000 a year.
Yes.
Okay. $300,000 a year doing the same work you're doing with the same hours.
Yep.
Okay. The only caveat was if you was ever 1 minute late, you'd be fired. Okay. So if you had a job paying you $300,000 a year, what's the possibilities
that you would ever be late?
That you would ever be late? Okay. If that was the only caveat, as long as you showed up on time, you get to keep the job paying you $300,000 a year. Maybe for some of you guys, it has to be $500 to motivate you. Okay. But let's say you had a job paying $500,000 a year. As long as you never were late, you won't be fired. But if you were ever late 1 minute, you lose the job. What's the possibilities that you would ever be late?
Wow.
And most people will say that I would never be late. I would leave 2 hours early every day just in case the bridge fell out on the highway. I could rent a helicopter, right?
If anything happened,
Exactly.
I'm going to make sure I'm there, right?
So if that's the case, that means that you chose to be late because you already know that if you were properly incented, you would never be late.
One of Christian Johnson's jokes about being late, he said, that black people just be late different. Like you could be late to work, right? But when you already late for work, you're going to have breakfast.
So people that show up late with the reason why they're late.
With the reason why they're late.
With the Chick-fil-A bag.
With the Bojangles bag. You know, do you know what time it is? I didn't know what time it is. I don't know what time it is, but I know what time it was. It was bow time. Mm-hmm. And I stopped and got my biscuit.
Yeah, I think he was also a Christian that talked about the joke of, you ever hear about someone getting fired from the job for something that you do?
Yes.
No, the T got fired. For what? For being late. Ooh.
Just for that? Just for being late? Well.
Some progressive companies like Amazon, there's no late. You show up when you show up and you work your hours. That's progressive.
Really?
Yeah, they took away that concept.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, you can even show up early. You can show up at 4 a.m. and work your regular hours. It was up to you. You just show up when you show up and work your hours when you work your hours. Is it Amazon or Google that does that? Out west. Okay.
I don't know. But I think that's cool. I also believe that there is a lot of opportunities right now.
Okay.
There is a lot of opportunities right now to work. Two of my godchildren called me yesterday and said, now they both have jobs, but they had also signed up for DoorDash. Okay. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is just one of those things that you need to know. As a matter of fact, if you or someone else is in a crunch for some cash or whatever, DoorDash, you need a car and you need the app, right? Dr. Deborah says Google does that. You can also take naps. You can take naps at Google.
They even have a place right there on the facility where you can take a nap. How cool is that? How smart is that? And if you're tired, then go take a nap. How many of y'all know about Nice and Smooth is Funky? All these hip hop junkies.
Yes. So they are giving, they called two of them back. They are giving, if you do 10 DoorDashes, that means you go pick up somebody's food and take it to them, you get an extra $300.
Dang. That's it?
Yep. And in one day, before the $300, he had already made a $400 tab on his DoorDash run.
Just picking up somebody's food from the restaurant.
You don't have to cook it.
Yeah. You got a car anyway. Man, I know some people that have done that. Actually, I ain't gonna say his name, but he comes on the show. Yeah. I don't know the game, but daggone it. If you got a car, you can make some money.
Absolutely.
I had a lady reach out to me this weekend, seeing all my stuff on LinkedIn. Lady reached out to me on LinkedIn, and she wanted to know if I had a program that I could hire and train them. I wanted to bring them on my team or something like that.
We've talked about that and we've considered developing it, but right now, trademarking and copywriting, the model will have to come before that because the stuff works. We can't help you.
My stuff
works. It works, right? So,
this has come up from time to time.
Yes.
Wanting to work with me and my company. And I don't have any place to put them right now, but we are thinking about it. Lisa's right.
But Felicia said, I will work on limiting my excuses and focusing more results. My actions will motivate me to do more towards accomplishing my goals. That's Felicia. All right. Jacqueline says, be late, different. So true. That's right.
We just late different.
You just late different, right?
Dr. Deborah says Google does that. You can also take naps. She also says, I did download that app just in case.
The DoorDash app. Hey, you might need a few $100s to go take some dinners over to people, some lunches. You set your zone.
Okay.
Right. So you set where you go. You don't have to go far. So you set how far you want to deliver. And if you already live in an area that A has restaurants and B has apartments or homes, you pretty much turn it on and go to work.
DoorDash, Uber, Lyft,
Instacart,
things that if you have a valid driver's license, car insurance, and a reliable car, you can do something to earn some money. So
Felicia said Uber Eats, and I think
Uber Eats.
I think Uber actually will also sell you the car. Like you don't have to have a car.
Actually, we heard Tara.
Yeah,
she got a car from one of those Lyft or Uber or one of them.
Yeah,
she got use of a car to be the driver.
Right.
They gave her a freaking car. Okay,
and
she
you don't have to take it on all the time.
She didn't have a car. She didn't have a car, so she used that car for her business
to get
and
a car.
Her personal business. Come on, man.
There's excuses if you want them. There's excuses if you want them, but there's opportunities if you need them.
We're going to do a show coming up about one of my favorite books that I have in my library to this day is How to Earn a Living Without a Job. Okay.
Absolutely.
How to Earn a Living Without a Job. And you just read that book. By the time you get to the 4th chapter, you feel pumped. It's very, very encouraging.
Absolutely. It is. But it's another one of those things that helps us to remember that we create our lives.
Yes.
Beverly says the trick to DoorDash is they send you the area which is the busiest. What you do is you go
to the area
and you sit and you wait for them to ping your phone. You pick up the food in the area that you're sitting, which takes 2 seconds because you're already there, and you make your drops within an hour. You have 310 drops. Boom. Absolutely.
That just seems like a low stress way to make $300.
I'm telling you.
I can easily imagine 10 stops in a day. Okay, so 10 stops equal $300.
Yeah, and that's not even Uber. Like, so
How
Uber, you gotta go to places and come back. Hey, Sister Jeannie.
We get to do Jeannie Muhammad's jam. We ain't done it in 6 months.
Sister Jeannie.
She's got a smile so bright. At night, you don't need no light. Sister Jeannie. Sister Jeannie. What's up, Jeannie Muhammad?
Good morning. Felicia says you can rent a weekly car from Uber and Lyft from Hertz, Avis, and other participants.
Really? Look at that. They're making it easier and easier for you to do. But does that sound right? I mean, if I order $20 worth of food, the driver makes $30. That doesn't seem right.
No, so they get paid. They get paid by the Uber, like the standard delivery fee, and then they get the tip as well.
If I was an Uber or Lyft driver or Uber Eats driver or whatever, I'd be working for tips. I would be fast. I'd be nice. I'd be working for tips. And matter of the way Brother Brian think, I would think of tips as my only money. So I'd be working that hard to get tips. TIPS. Quick fun fact. Do you know what TIPS is actually an acronym? It's actually an acronym.
For?
And it used to be you paid the tip before they started serving you. But TIP stands for To Ensure Prompt Service.
Nice.
To Ensure Prompt Service. Here's an extra 5 to ensure prompt service. Some of the men's meetings, one of the men's meetings I went with Jamal, we collected the tips up front. Mm-hmm. And one of the men's meetings we did went to that Wingstop place.
Yes.
We gave the server like $80 when she got there. Like we had like a bunch of men at the table. We collected all the money. He goes, here, we're going to tip you up front because we want to have a good time here tonight. And we want to make sure you talk about.
She was on it.
Tea? You didn't have to worry about that.
Sister Jeannie says, I'm up early. I usually go to bed really late, and I love this information. Amen. Well, we're glad that you hung in there with us.
She says, love you guys. We love you back.
I have to be very strategic about when I go to bed right now still.
Oh, my God, Lisa.
I can't go to bed too early, and I can't go to bed too late, and I can't take a nap after a certain time. I can't all do this because now I am committed to getting up at 6:45 to get on the treadmill by 7. And because
Lisa could be sleepy, but won't go to sleep because she got to wait to a certain psychological time to go to lay down.
Because if not, I'll wake up too early and then get tired when it's time to get up. And I don't want to give myself any reasons not to succeed.
I get it. And you understand your body as well. So if you know yourself, you know your system, manage it that way.
Brian is like, just go to sleep. You're tired. Just go to sleep. No, I can't go to sleep.
You gotta wait.
It's not time to go to sleep. I should get up and go get on the treadmill when those moments happen.
It depends. Because what happens when you get off the treadmill? Are you too pumped to lay down?
No, that
Okay.
doesn't happen. So Brian has this adrenaline thing, and I guess a lot of people have it. I could be in the middle of a race, and if somebody turns the lights out, I could fall asleep without thinking about it. Just shoot.
Not me. And I don't understand people who can do that. When I do a presentation or a workshop or anything where I have to be on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I get pumped up for that. Okay, I get my body going right for that.
Mm.
And it literally takes me a couple of hours to come down.
Hey,
Mark Greer
that's
made it in the
Mark.
house. Mark, man, we talked about taking 100% responsibility today. I'm glad you did pop in the room.
Absolutely.
Mark Greer says, wait a minute. Let's get it.
Everything you need was placed in you at birth. Everyone was equipped with a gift and or talent. Part of the problem is that the last place people look is within. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it. Everything you need, want or desire
is locked in your effort, persistence, and want to. No excuses, just execution.
Absolutely.
Mark Greer gonna give you one.
Absolutely.
And Mark Greer, we gotta do it quick right now before we get out of here. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
I hope that you guys
Look at Sister Jeannie Muhammad. She went ahead and read the thread because that's the only way she would know that Dr. Deborah Dunstan needs to be congratulated on her success.
Right, that's right. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining us today. Remember, take hold of that first decision. That first decision. The buck stops here. The responsible decision. And we'll pick it up tomorrow
with a new decision.
We love you guys
Peace.
And make it a great day. Felicia says, that's true, Lisa. If the room is cool, it doesn't matter. If it's a meeting going on, I will go to sleep. To have to fight to stay awake. LOL. AC and me equals sleep. I know that's right. Well, you guys go. I love you. And don't forget to have sex.